Hello friends, I am Dr. Ankit J. Shah, Assistant Professor at Sri P. M. Patel Institute of Biosciences, Anand, affiliated to Sardar Patel University, Vallabh Vidyanagar, and managed by Anand People's Medical Society, Anand. Today, in this online session, I am taking a lecture for TY BSc students with the main branch of chemistry, semester 5. I am taking subject physical chemistry with paper code US05 CCHE23, and in this session I am going to cover some important topics of unit number 1, that is entropy and second law of thermodynamics. So now, before starting the session, I would like to request you all subscribe this YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed until now, subscribe this channel. Or if you like my teaching, please like the video, share the video, because that motivates us to make such new videos. So do subscribe this and do watch this video till the end, because at the end I'll give you some tips how to prepare for exam, what kind of questions can be asked from this unit. So do watch this video till the end. So these are the topics which we are going to study today in this session. The first topic of today will be entropy change in isothermal expansion of an ideal gas, then entropy changes in reversible and irreversible processes, then entropy changes accompanying phase change, and at the last we are taking calculation of entropy change of an ideal gas with change in pressure, volume and temperature. So without wasting any time, we'll start with our first topic, that is entropy change in an isothermal expansion of an ideal gas. So students, here we have to prove an equation for change in entropy of an ideal gas where there is isothermal process. So first students, what is isothermal? Simple આપણે કહીએ છીએ ને સમતાપી. What is isothermal process? સમતાપી પ્રક્રિયા કોને કહેવાય? So we know that during any chemical reaction, if temperature of the system remains constant, it is known as isothermal process. એટલે કે જો કોઈ રાસાયણિક પ્રક્રિયા દરમિયાન પ્રક્રિયાનું તાપમાન અચળ રહેતું હોય તો આપણે તેને સમતાપી પ્રક્રિયા કહીએ છીએ. Now here, if the gas is allowed to expand isothermally and reversibly, so the change in internal energy is zero. So delta U will be equals to 0. And we know that from the first law of thermodynamics, mathematical expression of first law of thermodynamics, that is delta U is equal to Q plus W. Now if we substitute value delta U is equal to 0 over here, then Q will be equal to minus W. And we know that the work done in the expansion of n moles of a gas from volume V1 to V2 at constant temperature is minus W will be equal to nRT ln V2 by V1. And we have proved that Q is equal to Q reversible is equal to minus W. So we can substitute over here. So it is minus Q reversible is equal to minus W is equal to nRT ln V2 by V1. And here what you have to find, that you have to remember. So we have to find change in entropy, that is delta S. So what is the equation of delta S? So delta S is Q reversible upon T. So you have to divide this equation by temperature. So you will get the value of change in entropy. So if you divide by temperature, temperature term will be cancelled out. So our last equation is delta S is equal to NR ln V2 by V1. So that is our equation for change in entropy in an isothermal expansion of an ideal gas. So you have to remember this equation, delta S is equal to NR ln V2 by V1, because that equation will be useful to us for calculating examples. Now next topic is entropy changes in reversible and irreversible processes. As we all know that a gas is allowed to expand spontaneously at constant temperature into vacuum. Now here there is no opposing force, so the work done by the system will be zero, means W is equal to 0. Here process is isothermal, so change in internal energy of the system will be 0, so delta U will be 0. So from the first law of thermodynamics, Q will be is equals to 0, as we know in our previous theory that delta U is equal to Q plus W. If W is equal to 0, delta U is equal to 0, that means Q will be is equal to 0, means no heat is absorbed or evolved in the process. No heat is absorbed or evolved in the process. So the entropy of the surrounding remains unchanged, and the volume of gas increases from V1 to V2 at constant temperature T will be given by delta S is equal to R ln V2 by V1. That is, remember that students, we have proved this equation in the previous theory, but here this equation for 1 mole of an ideal gas, that's why N is not written. We have taken N is equal to 1. And the total increase in entropy of the system and surrounding is R ln V2 by V1 plus 0. So again it will give you the same equation, that is R ln V2 by V1. If V2 is greater than V1, so delta S will be greater than 0. Thus there is increase in entropy of the universe if the expansion is irreversible. Means if the expansion is irreversible, then there will be increase in entropy. Now consider expansion of the ideal gas from volume V1 to V2 carried out reversibly at constant temperature. So students, first equation that is for irreversible. Now we are looking for reversible processes. So here expansion is reversible, means it is carried out at very slowly. The external pressure of the system is so adjusted that it remains always less than that of the system by very small amount. The gas does some work, that's why we can write W is equal to minus P delta V. Well, W is work done by the system, P is pressure, and delta V is change in volume. An equivalent amount of heat is absorbed by the system from the surroundings at temperature T. Hence, the increase in entropy of the system is written by Q reversible upon T. Increase in entropy is given by Q reversible upon T, and net change in the system and surrounding is, because both are same, so it is Q reversible upon T minus Q reversible upon T, that will be equals to 0. Thus in the reversible isothermal expansion of a gas, the total entropy change of the universe is 0. એટલે આપણે કહી શકીએ કે રિવર્સિબલ પ્રોસેસ જો હોય અને આઇસોથર્મલ એક્સપાન્શન થતું હોય તો ચેન્જ ઇન એન્ટ્રોપીમાં થતો ફેરફાર એ સૃષ્ટિ માટે શું હશે? 0. For reversible isothermal expansion of a gas, the total entropy change of the universe will be 0. And from that we can say that when will be the reaction will be spontaneous? We can say that is if delta S system plus delta S surrounding, if it is greater than 0, then reaction will be spontaneous. If it is less than 0, then reaction will be non-spontaneous. And also for reversible and irreversible, we can write for reversible process delta system plus delta surrounding is equals to 0. એટલે કોઈ પણ રિવર્સિબલ પ્રોસેસ હોય પ્રતિવર્તી પ્રક્રિયા એના માટે પ્રણાલી અને પર્યાવરણની એન્ટ્રોપીનો સરવાળો એક્ઝેક્ટ શૂન્ય થાય. પણ જો અપ્રતિવર્તી પ્રક્રિયા હોય તો પ્રણાલી અને પર્યાવરણની એન્ટ્રોપીનો સરવાળો એ 0 કરતાં વધારે થશે. એ 0 કરતાં કેવું હશે? વધારે હશે. બરાબર? મીન્સ ફ્રોમ ધીસ રિએક્શન we can count on two things. We can check whether the chemical reaction is reversible or not, and also we can check the spontaneity of the reaction. So that is change in entropy for reversible and irreversible processes. Now we will take our next topic, that is entropy change accompanying phase change. Entropy change accompanying phase change. So there are 3 different changes that we are going to learn. First, that is from solid phase to liquid phase. Second, from liquid phase to vapor phase. And third one, that is from one crystalline form to another. So first is solid phase to liquid phase. So when a solid changes into liquid state, it absorbs heat. આપણને ખબર છે કે જ્યારે ઘન પદાર્થ હોય એ પ્રવાહી પદાર્થમાં રૂપાંતર થાય તો ઉષ્માનું શોષણ કરે છે. એ શું કરે છે? ઉષ્માનું શોષણ કરે છે. Consider melting of 1 mole of a substance reversibly at the fusion point, say T fusion, at constant pressure. Let delta H fusion be the molar heat of fusion. So the entropy change of the process is given by delta S fusion is equal to delta H fusion upon T. So students, that is our prime equation, that is delta S is equal to delta H upon T. Here we have taken a case where solid is converted into liquids. So that process is known as fusion. When any solid is being converted into liquids, it is known as fusion of a substance. That's why the equation is delta S fusion is equal to delta H fusion divided by T. Now we'll take another, that is from liquid phase to vapor phase. Consider that when a liquid changes into vapor state, it absorbs heat. So similar, just like previous one, જે પ્રવાહીમાંથી વાયુમાં રૂપાંતર થાય તો પણ એ શું કરે છે? ઉર્જાનું શોષણ કરે છે. Now consider vaporization of 1 mole of substance reversibly at boiling point at constant pressure. Let delta H vaporization is the molar heat of vaporization, and the entropy change of the process is given by delta S vaporization is equal to delta H vaporization upon T. So here again our equation is delta S is equal to delta H upon T, but here liquid is being converted into vapor. That process is known as vaporization, that we have seen in the lower standards also. Vaporization means liquid is converted into vapor. So here we have written subscript VAP, that is a short form of vaporization. So it is delta S vaporization is equal to delta H vaporization upon T. Next phase is from one crystalline form to another. So we can also say that the change in entropy when 1 mole of solid change from one crystalline form to another form at transition temperature T, it is given by delta S transition is equal to delta H transition upon T. So here one solid substance is converted into another solid substance. So it is known as transition. એટલે જ્યારે કોઈ ઘન પદાર્થ એના એક સ્ફટિક સ્વરૂપમાંથી બીજા સ્ફટિક સ્વરૂપમાં રૂપાંતર પામતું હોય ત્યારે આપણે શું કહીએ છીએ? ટ્રાન્ઝિશન. That's why again our equation will be same. That is delta S is equal to delta H upon T. Here delta H TR is the molar heat of transition of substance, and that you have to remember, molar heat of transition is the amount of heat absorbed or evolved by 1 mole of a substance when it undergoes change of state from one crystalline form to another at transition temperature T. So that is our theory. Entropy changes accompanying the phase change. Now we are starting with calculation of entropy change with change in pressure, volume and temperature. So students, here there are two different kinds of theories are there. First one, when temperature and volume are two variables, and there is a second theory when temperature and pressure, instead of volume it's a pressure, two variables. Means this theory is divided into two different parts. First part is when temperature and volume are two variables, and to understand this theory, these 3 points are very, very important. There is first law of thermodynamics, heat capacity and ideal gas equation. So what is the first law of thermodynamics? So we all know that total energy of the universe is constant. Energy cannot be created nor be destroyed. Just you can do is transform from one form to another form. એટલે કે ઉષ્માનું સર્જન થઈ શકતું નથી કે વિનાશ થઈ શકતો નથી. વિશ્વમાં કુલ ઉર્જાનો જથ્થો અચળ હોય છે. ફક્ત આપણે એક ઉર્જાનું બીજી ઉર્જામાં રૂપાંતર કરી શકીએ છીએ. And mathematically, what is the equation of first law of the thermodynamics? That is delta U is equal to Q plus W, where delta U is change in internal energy, Q is heat either absorbed or evolved, and W is work done by the system. Next important point is heat capacity. So what is this heat capacity? ગુજરાતીમાં આપણે એને ઉષ્મા ક્ષમતા કહીએ છીએ. તો ઉષ્મા ક્ષમતા શું છે? So basically this heat capacity can be defined as minimum amount of energy required to increase the temperature by 1 degree centigrade of any substance is known as heat capacity. Amount of energy required to increase the temperature by 1 degree centigrade of any substance is known as heat capacity. એટલે કે કોઈ પણ પદાર્થનું તાપમાન 1 ડિગ્રી સેન્ટીગ્રેડ જેટલું વધારવા માટે આપવો પડતો ઉષ્માનો જથ્થો એને આપણે ઉષ્મા ક્ષમતા કહીએ છીએ. અને અહીંયા ઘણી means in this case we have to use heat capacity for two different variables, that is at constant volume and constant pressure. At constant volume heat capacity becomes CV, and at constant pressure heat capacity becomes CP. એટલે આપણે અહીં ઘડી બે વસ્તુ જોવાની છે, એક અચળ કદે અને એક અચળ દબાણે. તો અહીંયા અચળ કદે જે ઉષ્મા ક્ષમતા લઈશું આપણે એને સીવી કહીએ છીએ, અને અચળ દબાણે જે ઉષ્મા ક્ષમતા લઈશું એને આપણે સીપી કહીએ છીએ. And we know that the relation between CP and CV, that is CP minus CV is equal to R, because we have to use this equation. And third important point is ideal gas equation. So what is this ideal gas equation? That is PV is equal to nRT, and for 1 mole of an ideal gas PV is equal to RT. So these are the three important points that will be useful to us for understanding this theory. So now we are starting with our theory, that is when temperature and volumes are two variables. So now we know that entropy change of a gas for very small change is given by ds is equal to q reversible upon T, where ds is change in entropy, q is heat either absorbed or evolved, and T is temperature. Now according to first law of thermodynamics, you know the mathematical equation, that is delta U is equal to Q plus W, and for a small change we can write dq is equal to du minus dw. If the work is done due to the expansion of the gas, so for very small change in volume against pressure, we can write minus dw is equal to pdv, where p is pressure and dv is change in volume, and of course the equation of internal energy du is equal to cv into dt, where cv is heat capacity at constant volume. cv is heat capacity at constant volume. So we can substitute this both the values in above equation. The equation is this one. We are submitting this value in this equation, that is dq is equal to du minus dw. So it becomes dq is equal to cv dt plus pdv. So instead of du we have written cv dt, and instead of minus dw we have replaced pdv. Now as we have discussed earlier, for 1 mole of an ideal gas we know that pv is equal to RT, where p is pressure, v is volume, r is gas constant, and T is temperature. So P will be is equals to RT by V. So substituting this value of P in above equation, we'll get dq is equal to cv dt plus RT dV by V. Now we know that what you have to do in this theory, we have to find change in entropy, that is ds or delta S. And we know the equation of delta S or ds is equal to dq by T. So to get this change in entropy, we are dividing this whole equation by temperature. So it will be dq by T, of course that is our ds. So ds is equal to cv dt by T plus r dv by V. So now to get the final value of entropy change or change in entropy, simply we are integrating this equation on both the side and taking the limits. For temperature it will be from T1 to T2, where T1 is the lower temperature and T2 is the higher temperature. Similarly we are integrating that volume term with limits V1 to V2, where V1 is lower limit and V2 is upper limit. So we know that what is the integration of 1 upon T? It will be ln T, and when we apply two limits T1 and T2, it will be ln T2 by T1. Similarly integration of ln V or integration of 1 upon V, that is of course ln V, and when we apply two limits V1 to V2, it will be ln V2 by V1. So our equation becomes ds is equal to cv ln T2 by T1 plus r ln V2 by V1. બટ એટલે મિત્રો સિમ્પલ આજે આપણને ઉપર સમીકરણ મળ્યું છે, આપણે સિમ્પલ લેંગ્વેજમાં કહીએ ને તો પહેલાં જે ઇક્વેશન છે આદર્શ વાયુ સમીકરણ પરથી પીની જગ્યાએ આપણે RT બાય V મૂકીશું, પછી ડીએસ લાવવા માટે આખા સમીકરણને આપણે ટેમ્પરેચર T વડે ડિવાઈડ કરીશું, એટલે આવું ફોર્મ મળશે, અને આ ઇક્વેશન આપણે ઇન્ટિગ્રેશન કરીશું તો આપણને ફાઇનલ ઇક્વેશન મળશે આપણું. But this equation, as we know that, is mainly for 1 mole of an ideal gas. But we have to understand that whenever any chemical reaction is going on, every time there will not be 1 mole. So for n moles of an ideal gas, our equation becomes delta S is equal to n Cv ln T2 by T1 plus nR ln V2 by V1. Thus we can say that the entropy change of state of an ideal gas depends upon initial and final volumes as well as initial and final temperatures. So the entropy change will depend on two things, temperature and volume, having both the states, initial state and final state. That's why on the heading we have written that when two variables, temperature and volumes, are two variables, and here we are getting the same result. Now we are taking second part. We are taking second part of this topic, that is when temperature and pressure are two variables. Now here two variables are temperature and pressure. So what is different over here? Instead of volume we have taken pressure. So now if P1 is the pressure of ideal gas in the initial state and P2 is the pressure of ideal gas in the final state, then for 1 mole of an ideal gas we can write P1V1 is equal to RT1 for initial state and P2V2 is equal to RT2 for final state. Of course we are using 1 mole, we are taking 1 mole for simplicity. Now dividing this equation, we'll get P2V2 by P1V1 is equal to T2 by T1. That's why if you have to put value of V2 by V1 in our previous theory's equation, then we have to find V2 by V1. We have to find value of V2 by V1. So from this value, V2 by V1 is equal to P1 T2 divided by P2 T1. So now submitting this value in our equation, so it becomes ds, that is change in entropy, is equal to Cv ln T2 by T1 plus R ln V2 by V1. And upon substituting the value of V2 by V1, it will be Cv ln T2 by T1 plus R ln T2 by T1 minus R ln P2 by P1. Now you can see over here there are two terms having ln T2 by T1. So you can get common factor, that is ln T2 by T1. So it will be Cv plus R. And we know that the relation of heat capacities, that is Cp minus Cv is equal to R. Therefore Cv plus R becomes Cp. So substituting, we'll get our last equation. This delta S is equal to Cp ln T2 by T1 minus R ln P2 by P1. So that is our second part. So which are the two equations we are getting? So first equation is ds is equal to Cv ln T2 by T1 plus R ln V2 by V1. That is our first part, when two variables are temperature and volume. What is our second equation? ds is equal to Cp ln T2 by T1 minus R ln P2 by P1, when two variables are temperature and pressure. Now students, that's it for this session. But as I have promised you, if you are seeing this video till the last, I will be giving you some tips of which kind of questions that can be asked in your exam. Short question, long question, MCQs. So I am providing some tips over here. That will be our next session. Questions to be asked from the topic of this session. First, I will highlight you what we have seen in this session. So we have started this session with entropy change in an isothermal expansion of an ideal gas. Then we have seen entropy change in reversible and irreversible processes. Third topic was entropy changes accompanying the phase change. And in the last, we have seen calculation of entropy change of an ideal gas with change in pressure, volume and temperature. So what kind of questions can be made from this topic? Or what kind of question can be asked in your exams? So first, the important question is how one can check spontaneity of a reaction. How one can check spontaneity of a reaction. It's a short question, 2-mark question. So in that, you have to use the topic entropy change in reversible and irreversible processes. So what you have to write down over here is, so you have to use here two things: entropy, change in entropy of system, and change in entropy of surroundings. And you have to write the equations: delta S system plus delta S surrounding. If greater than 0, then reaction will be spontaneous. If delta S system plus delta S surrounding is less than 0, then reaction will be non-spontaneous. And if delta S system plus delta S surrounding is exactly equals to 0, then reaction will be in equilibrium. And also you can write for reversibility of a reaction. Same question can be asked: how one can check reversibility of a reaction from entropy change. Then what you have to write? Again you have to write, if delta system plus delta S surrounding is equals to 0, then reaction will be reversible process. If delta system plus delta S surrounding is greater than 0, then it will be irreversible process. Then here you have to, in short question, you remember 3 definitions. That is fusion, vaporization and transition. What is fusion? So when solid converts into liquid, it is known as fusion. What is vaporization? When liquid converts into gas, it is known as vaporization. What is transition? Means when a solid molecule from one crystalline form converts into another crystalline form, it is known as transition. Next definition that you can remember will be heat capacity, amount of energy required to increase the temperature by 1 degree centigrade, known as heat capacity. So these are some short questions that can be asked. Now what about long questions? The long question will be, derive the expression for change in entropy using pressure, volume and temperature. Derive the expressions of change in entropy of an ideal gas with change in pressure, volume and temperature. This will be a 7-mark or 8-mark question, or they can be asked in a 4-mark question. First part will be when temperature and volume are variables, and second part will be when temperature and pressure are the variables. So they can ask you in 2 ways also. So students, that's it for this session. Of course, this is my college tree. You can get admission in any of the branches through online process of Sardar Patel University. You can contact the college. The numbers are given below. Again, I am reminding, if you like this video, please like it, share it, subscribe this YouTube channel, because that will motivate us to make many more videos like this. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.